Hello, this is Laura Madaras. I was a volunteer with the Moreno Valley Animal Shelter for over a decade. For the last year or more, after I wrote reports of problems at the shelter and my solutions, I have been fighting for many things to change at the shelter, and unfortunately they have not. Although the City Council has listened to our complaints over the past couple of weeks or so, we unfortunately haven't seen many results. They are just about convinced that the shelter director is doing what he should be. We work the floors and the animals' information morning, noon, and night on Facebook, have all the statistics and sadly the pictures to show that there are many, many things that could be done differently by a shelter director who really cared about the animals and didn't just tout things that have been done only recently with things that could still be done differently and could have much higher outcome. This video was made because one of the networkers who spends most of her life trying to help these animals is so distraught over so many deaths, and we all are. Since the beginning of the year, the Moreno Valley Shelter unfortunately has a tremendous amount of animals who have been put to sleep. This shelter's main problems are communications. I personally offered to pay for free 5-in-1 shots and microchips for every resident. This would have not brought parvo or distemper to any of the dogs in Moreno Valley with their free shots, because you need shots before an animal ever goes into the shelter. Yes, the shelter gives them the shots once they're in, but they still need immunity before that. I requested communications in English and Spanish over a year ago. We're working on it. It doesn't take that long. Unfortunately, many residents are not aware of all of the symptoms and the prevention just by getting a simple $14 shot at the clinic, which is in the same building as the shelter. Regarding microchips, the shelter has had an ordinance since June that every pet, including cats and dogs, must be microchipped. There is no communication on any of the tools that the Moreno Valley City uses with correspondence with their residents to even let them know this information. Once your animal is microchipped and it does not hurt, that is a way to actually prevent them from ever going into the shelter. Residents, once those pets are in there, have got to pay a tremendous amount of money, according to them, for their animals to get out of the shelter, and this is unfortunately the main reason that animals die at this shelter. If you offer more spay and neuter clinics, as I had suggested in my 3 reports that you could see at my Laura Madaras Facebook page, these residents would be able to get their animals out and they wouldn't suffer and die in the shelter to begin with. There are fires, car accidents, vet visits, grooming visits, anything that could cause these animals to get away from their owners, and a simple microchip, which is only a few dollars, and an ID tag, which is only a few dollars, can keep animals out of the shelter. The shelter itself has no training or communications to their residents in Spanish and English to let them know this very simple information. So as the animals are impounded, unless rescue groups can get them, and there are so many animals that rescue groups are so full they can't take them, these animals die. When a simple microchip and a spay or neuter could have gotten them out of the shelter much more quickly and cheaply. Shelters are run by taxpayer money. This is a total disgrace that this information is not put out there in the communication tools. Now, some of the other things causing these deaths are the animals coughing, sneezing, and laying on floors without beds. There have been all different kinds of excuses used regarding the beds. Number one reason for putting dogs and cats to sleep at this shelter is kennel cough. It's considered a contagious disease. It is contributing to their deaths without these animals having a bed to lay on. Some animals, after they bit beds, were put into isolation where nobody from the public can see them, and they're dead. They're no longer alive. There's plenty of solutions. Residents and the rescue groups should not have to incur all of the emergency vet bills that they're having to with these animals because the shelter director refuses to put beds in the kennels. First it was there's no space, then it was they're chewing the beds, and every couple of months it's a different excuse. I've been fighting for this for over a year. Another reason why you have this high kill rate at the shelter is because rescuers used to be able to know which animals were being put to sleep every day. It was a daily euthanasia list which the director refuses to bring back again. So many of these deaths could have been prevented had every single rescue partner been given a daily email of animals who were being put to sleep that day, had medical issues because they're behind closed doors and the residents can't even see them unless they know to look on a bulletin board for animals they can't see. And believe it or not, the rescue groups don't know that information either because it isn't communicated to them to look on the wall for the animals behind closed doors. So you have many, 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 many animals constantly behind closed doors that nobody actually knows are back there, needing medical care, broken legs, mange, treatments that the shelter is not going to be paying for, however, won't even give that information to their rescue partners. And it has to go to every rescue partner, not just a specific person. Quite a few animals coming in with parvo died without rescue groups knowing that they had parvo. Have the respect to send out the emails to the rescue partners. Give them a certain time. If the animal's suffering, you have to be here within an hour, 2 hours. At least give these animals that extra courtesy and respect. There is a much cheaper treatment now for parvo. Rescue groups know about it. They're able to raise money for it. Let these animals have another chance by sending an email. It's called communicating with your audiences. There have been several dogs recently, including a dog named Princess, who's on this video, and a doctor was in correspondence with the shelter saying they were going to bring in their family. And once the family came, they were unfortunately an hour too late. They never disclosed to the family that the dog had kennel cough, which is only a $14 medicine, and to this date, still haven't responded to that poor woman whose family is so distraught that every time they see an empty kennel or a crate, they now think an animal is dead. How sad to have a family have to go through this. Not even the decency to correspond with that family. And then that family came back for a second animal, all ready to take the animal home, only to find out the dog was showing signs of parvo, and the woman had to sign off the animal. Luckily, the dog had been adopted, and then a rescue group had called. but every other animal before this who had parvo, not even the decency to contact all of the rescue partners. So your euthanasia numbers are way higher than is being touted by the shelter director. We have these albums every day, and the euthanasia numbers keep going up. Day to day, we keep track of all these pictures and every animal, unfortunately, put to sleep. Now, regarding grants, we don't want to just see 3 or 4 grants a year. We want double-digit grants. Focus on your main problems. Don't just put animals to sleep, get in new animals without ID tags, without microchips. Get rid of those animals, let it come in again. You have a shelter director who came from another kill shelter. Anytime any rescuer, networker, transporter, or cross-poster has made suggestions to this director for ways to increase adoptions and reduce euthanasias, has been met with resistance. Not one person that I know of who has made suggestions has had those ideas implemented. You have a huge cat problem, accepting kittens and not telling people that if they're not a certain weight and we don't have bottle feeders, which they don't usually, those cats get put to sleep quickly. Any cat who's considered feral or aggressive, usually 3 days, that's it. These animals can be people's pets and still be scared and put immediately behind closed doors, listed as aggressive or feral, and die. You say that you're going to be doing trap, neuter, and release. That's been going on for years also. Keep in mind, I've been hearing these things for many, many, many years.